Maybe you're like many of my friends around my age. Sometimes all it takes is a plate of crispy French fries, a sweet donut, or a few golden chicken nuggets to make us feel young again. But have you ever noticed that after a meal like that, your legs feel heavier, your steps slower, and that dull ache just lingers on? One of my patients, Richard, he's 68, once told me, "Doc, I don't get it. After just a couple of parties with fried foods, my legs feel like they're made of lead. Climbing the stairs suddenly feels twice as hard." And honestly, that's no surprise. Fried foods are loaded with damaged fats and oils. They're like tiny grains of sand slipping into your blood vessels, slowing the flow, stirring up inflammation in your joints, and leaving your muscles undernourished. I want you to picture this. Your legs are the pillars that hold up your whole life. But when the blood that should be feeding your muscles gets blocked by those invisible layers of grease, those pillars slowly weaken like a bridge being worn down day by day. The danger is we usually don't notice until one morning we stand up and realize it's harder than yesterday, or a short walk leaves us out of breath. Have you ever felt that way? If so, believe me when I say change doesn't always have to be big. Sometimes it starts with skipping just one donut and reaching instead for an apple or a few slices of avocado toast. Slowly but surely, your legs begin to feel lighter again. And you know, after 60, everybody's heard about vitamin D. It's advertised everywhere, good for your bones, good for your immune system, the secret to healthy aging. And yes, it really is important. But here's the paradox I've seen in decades of practice. A lot of people don't lack vitamin D, they have too much. Take Linda, a 72-year-old patient of mine. She thought if a little is good, more must be better. She took 3 vitamin D pills a day, plus fortified milk and cereal. The result? She came to me with stabbing pain in her calves, muscle stiffness, and nighttime cramps so bad she couldn't sleep. Her blood work showed dangerously high calcium levels, the direct effect of vitamin D overload. Now I want you to imagine this: when there's too much calcium floating in your blood, it starts to calcify in places it doesn't belong: your knees, your tendons, even your muscles. Instead of keeping you flexible, excess vitamin D becomes invisible shackles, making your legs stiff, sore, and harder to move. Who would think a tiny vitamin capsule could rob you of your freedom to walk? That's why I always tell my patients, let your doctor guide you, get tested, and never raise the dose on your own. Health doesn't come from the more the better. It comes from balance and from just enough. And then there's a habit that looks harmless: that morning slice of white bread. Quick, easy, familiar. But after 60, it's less of a comfort and more of a trap in disguise. I remember James, he's 70. Every morning he'd eat 2 slices of white bread with butter. One day he told me, "Doc, I feel tired all the time. Just a short walk leaves me winded and my legs feel unusually weak." When we checked, his blood sugar was spiking and crashing, his muscles were running on empty, and worse, he was losing muscle faster than his age alone would explain. White bread is made from refined flour, stripped of fiber and nutrients. The moment you eat it, your blood sugar shoots up, then drops quickly. Your leg muscles, already aging and fragile, don't get steady fuel. The result? Fatigue, heaviness, and a gradual loss of stability. Think of your legs like an engine that needs a steady supply of good fuel. White bread is like empty fuel. It flares up for a moment, then leaves only ashes. No protein, no minerals, nothing to rebuild with. Day after day, that engine weakens until one morning you notice climbing the stairs feels so much harder than it used to. Have you ever felt that way? If so, try swapping white bread for whole grain and add a little egg or avocado. Your muscles will thank you, and your legs will slowly reclaim the strength you thought was gone. There's also a little secret I want to share. Mornings are the golden hour for your muscles. After a long night, your body is like a car left in the garage fuel tank. Empty engine, cold. If you start the day without refueling the right way, your legs will be sluggish, heavy, and your muscles won't catch up. I once advised Martha, she's 74, to try replacing her first cup of black coffee with a small whey protein shake and a handful of berries. 2 weeks later, she came back smiling. "Doctor, I feel lighter in the mornings. My steps are quicker, more energetic." Why? Because whey protein is rich in leucine, an amino acid that flips the muscles on switch. Taken within 60–90 minutes of waking, it gets absorbed quickly, like jump-starting an old engine so it runs smoothly again. Just one morning shake, 20–30 grams of quality protein is enough to send your muscles the message: grow, repair, stay strong. And the miracle is, even after 70, our muscles still respond if we give them the signal at the right time. Do you ever feel sluggish in the morning? Try giving this a chance. Sometimes youthfulness doesn't come from big changes, but from a small habit right after the sun comes up. And then there's that harmless habit, a glass of wine with dinner or a cold beer with friends. I get it, after 60, it can feel like a small joy, a way to connect. But our bodies at this age don't handle alcohol the way they once did. Daniel, 66, loved his light beer every evening. He told me, "Doc, I don't know why, but I've been waking up with painful leg cramps bad enough to jolt me out of bed." Tests showed he was severely low in magnesium and calcium, the very minerals his muscles and bones depended on. The quiet culprit, alcohol, was blocking his body's ability to absorb them, leaving his muscles weaker, his bones more fragile, and those nighttime cramps became unwelcome guests. I want you to picture this: your legs are the pillars holding up your house. But every sip of alcohol slowly erodes the cement that keeps those pillars strong. One day the pillars shake, and even a small fall can cause serious damage. Have you noticed how the morning after drinking, your body feels heavier, your legs more tired, less steady? That's not just getting older, it's your body whispering a warning. And sometimes the freedom of strong legs, the simple gift of walking steady every day, is worth far more than a few fleeting minutes of buzz. And maybe you're like many others, grabbing a slice of ham, a strip of bacon, or a couple slices of deli meat for a quick sandwich. Easy, tasty, convenient. But the price your legs pay is hidden. Eleanor, 71, told me she ate a ham sandwich almost every day. Soon her knees ached, her calves stiffened, and walking felt harder. When I looked closer, the problem was right there in her diet. Processed meats are packed with salt-saturated fats and preservatives. These don't just fuel chronic inflammation, they choke off blood flow to your muscles. And without oxygen and nutrients, your leg muscles weaken like a fire smothered without air. Picture your legs as the bridge connecting you to the world. Each slice of bacon, each piece of sausage is like laying down rotten planks on that bridge. Over time, the bridge can't hold, and one day, even climbing a few stairs becomes a challenge. Have you ever felt your legs heavy and sore after a quick meal of processed meats? That's your body waving a red flag. The good news: you can swap them for cleaner proteins, grilled chicken, salmon, or a simple boiled egg. Because what we truly need isn't just a quick meal. It's strong, reliable legs to carry us through the long road ahead. It may seem like a small thing, but after 60, the strength of your legs often comes down to something simple: water and electrolytes. I know many people think I'll just drink when I'm thirsty, but the truth is, by the time you feel thirsty, your body has already been running dry for a while. I remember Helen, 69, who came to see me because of nighttime leg cramps. She said, "Doctor, every night around midnight, my calves lock up so hard it wakes me out of sleep." When we checked, I found she wasn't drinking enough water during the day, and she was taking a diuretic without replenishing minerals. The result: her body was low on magnesium and potassium, two nutrients your muscles absolutely need to contract and relax smoothly. Have you ever had that experience, fast asleep, and suddenly a cramp seizes your leg, forcing you out of bed? That's your body whispering your muscles aren't just thirsty for water, they're thirsty for minerals too. Think of your muscles like an orchestra. Water is the steady rhythm, while magnesium, potassium, and sodium are the notes that keep the music in harmony. Miss even one note, and the whole piece falls out of tune, and your legs respond with cramps, fatigue, and heaviness. The good news: the fix can be simple. A small glass of water mid-morning, a handful of almonds, a few slices of avocado, or a plate of leafy greens at dinner. These little choices send energy and resilience back into your legs, helping them carry you with strength. Do you remember the last time you savored a slice of cake or a piece of milk chocolate melting on your tongue? Sweet, comforting, gone in seconds. But have you noticed how soon after your body feels heavy, your legs tired, as if the energy was pulled right out of you? Take Susan, 67, who loved pastries and ice cream. She told me, "Doc, it's just one small slice every afternoon, but lately my legs feel shaky, and even a few stairs leave me winded." Her blood work showed her sugars spiking and crashing, leaving her muscles without steady energy to run on. The truth is, refined sugar is like a quiet thief. It gives you a quick spark, then snuffs it out, leaving you drained. It also stirs up low-grade inflammation in your body, making your joints and muscles ache even more. And over time, all that extra sugar turns into extra weight, pressing down on legs that are already losing strength with age. Have you ever reached for sweets to feel better, only to pay the price with sluggish, aching legs afterward? The good news is, you don't have to give up sweetness altogether. Swap the frosted cake for a crisp apple, trade the candy for a handful of fresh berries. That kind of sweetness not only pleases your taste buds, it nourishes your legs, keeping them strong and steady well into the years ahead. Have you ever had a bowl of instant noodles or a packet soup and afterward felt tired, your legs heavy, maybe even a little tingling. Many people think, oh, I just ate too much, but the real culprit often hides in those flavor packets packed with MSG or monosodium glutamate. I remember Harold, 65, who often ate instant noodles at night because they were quick. He told me, Doc, every time I eat them, my legs feel heavy, and sometimes I even get cramps. That's no coincidence. MSG can interfere with the nervous system, the very network that controls every muscle movement. When that system gets scrambled, your legs react with cramps, tingling, or unusual fatigue. Think of it this way. Your muscles and nerves are like two musicians who need to play in perfect harmony. MSG is the background noise that throws the music off key. At first, it's just a few wrong notes, but over time, the whole song, your strength and coordination falls apart. And the tricky part, MSG and other additives often show up under different names. Flavor enhancer, hydrolyzed protein yeast extract. You may not even realize you're eating them every day. Have you ever felt your legs heavy, tired, or cramping after a quick processed meal? If so, that's your body speaking up. And sometimes the answer is simple. Return to natural flavors: garlic, onion, ginger, lemon. They don't just make food delicious. They help keep your legs light and agile for years to come. And let's be honest, in almost every kitchen, there's a pack or two of instant noodles. Convenient, quick, ready in minutes. But after 60, instant noodles are like a payday loan, fast relief, but a heavy price to pay later. Peter, 70, lived alone and relied on them often. He told me, Doc, my legs feel swollen and heavy and it's harder to get around. His blood pressure was high, his sodium levels through the roof, and his muscles were starving for protein. Instant noodles are loaded with salt, but almost no protein or vital nutrients. Too much salt makes your body hold water, leaving your legs swollen and heavy. Without protein to rebuild, your muscles weaken, recover poorly like guitar strings pulled too tight, losing their sound. Ever notice after a meal of instant noodles, you feel worse, not better? That's your body whispering, I need more than this. The good news, you can keep the convenience but make it smarter. Add an egg, a handful of vegetables, some lean meat, and cut back on that seasoning packet. Then your bowl of noodles becomes real fuel for strong, steady legs. Vitamin A, most people know it helps eyesight, skin, immunity. But what many forget after 60 is this: more is not always better. Take Janet, 73. Worried about her vision, she started taking high-dose vitamin A pills every day. A few months later, she came to me complaining of aching legs and back and trouble climbing stairs. Her tests showed excess vitamin A building up in her liver and joints. The result: muscle pain, stiffness, and bones losing strength, making fractures more likely. Think of it like watering a plant. Just enough and it thrives. But pour too much every day and the roots rot. The leaves wither, the plant weakens. Our bodies are no different. After 60, the liver and kidneys can't clear extra vitamin A as well, so it piles up, causing cramps, sore joints, and bone loss. Have you ever thought one more pill won't hurt? Sometimes that tiny pill is the very thing stealing strength from your legs. That's why I always tell patients, check with your doctor first. Natural foods like carrots, pumpkin eggs, and milk usually provide all the vitamin A you need, safe and balanced. Supplements without guidance only add an invisible burden your body doesn't need. And here's one lesson I've learned after decades with older patients: sometimes medicine isn't the best answer. What keeps legs strong is using them. I remember Robert, 75, who came in with a shaky gait, afraid of falling. Doc, I hardly move anymore. I'm scared, he said. I suggested he start simple: stand up and sit down from a chair 10 times a day, rise onto his toes at the kitchen counter, step up and down on a single stair. Small steps. 3 months later, he came back, eyes bright. Now I can climb stairs without holding the rail. Muscles are like an old friend. Ignore them, they fade away. Call them back with small, regular movements and they return faithful, strong, dependable. Add 20-30 minutes of brisk walking and your blood flows, your joints loosen, your spirit lifts. Do you hesitate thinking exercise is too much? It doesn't need to be big. Sometimes all it takes is your living room chair, a few steps in the yard. Strength in later life isn't built by grand gestures, but by small, steady acts day after day, so your legs stay with you to the very end of the journey. You see, after 60, every small choice, what you eat, what you drink, what supplements you take, whether you move or sit still, each one is a brick. It can either build the foundation of your strength or slowly chip away at it. No one loses their stability overnight. It happens little by little through habits we thought were harmless. But here's the good news: the road back works the same way. Each wise step, each better choice rebuilds your muscles, restores your legs. Skip the fried foods. Add a morning protein shake. Cut down on processed meats, bring in more greens and water. Do a few simple exercises each day. These small things are what keep independence alive and the joy of walking free. So I ask you, do you want these legs to carry you on trips, to stroll with your grandchildren, to climb stairs without clutching the railing for 5, 10, even 20 more years? If your answer is yes, then the journey begins today. Treat your legs like your most loyal friend. They are the silent wings that carry you through the later years of life with dignity and freedom. And if these words have been helpful to you, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can hold on to their strength, their freedom, and their independence.